Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about previous achievements that Ripple has had. I'm also going to talk about future achievements that are very well possible for Ripple as well. So Ripple has ongoing engagement with 40-plus regulators, including the Federal Reserve for faster payments, the Bank of England, Saudi Arabia, Monetary Authority, and the IMF. Now, when it comes down to the Federal Reserve, there's a lot of talk about partners of Ripple. But I think Ripple and the Federal Reserve have been working together for quite a while behind the scenes. I think it goes back even prior to 2017. The IMF, however, they absolutely love Ripple and they love XRP. So XRP has enough potential to become the best performing asset of the decade. And I think it's possible. Think about it. If utility kicks in right now, XRP will outperform the rest of the cryptocurrencies that are out there, hands down, because it is utility packed. And that's why I always tell you, you need to hold on to your XRP at all costs, because it will definitely make you rich in the future. In September 2018, the Office of the Treasury forwarded an invitation to Mnuchin, which Ripple was quoted as saying that the English Central Bank and the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority banks were among Ripple's clients. Now, that was back in 2018. And back then, we were all waiting for the next run for XRP. Then 2020 came, and all of a sudden, we got hit with a lawsuit. And I think COVID held everything back as well. Plus this current administration, I think if we had a different administration in the White House right now, we would be in a much better place as far as crypto. Because this White House wants to push innovation right out of this country. Plus, we have a handful of senators that form the Anticrypto Army, and they're using the SEC to crack down on crypto at the same time. But they can only hold XRP back for so long. It's just a matter of time until it takes a major run. Nuke Strike at SAP is a Ripple partner and will process the $50 trillion business-to-business market in the Asia Pacific. Open your eyes, XRP. You know, I said it for quite a while now. You know, Ripple's out there and they're laying all this groundwork. And in Asia, Ripple is by far ahead of all the rest. And I think it's going to capture this $50 trillion business as well. So around 99% of the world's largest companies are SAP customers. This collaboration set the stage for Visa and SAP to explore embedded finance in the business-to-business market, helping integrate a financial journey into business operations. Visa estimates that opportunities to digitize business-to-business payment flows today represent more than $50 trillion across the Asia Pacific. That is absolutely massive. Could you imagine where that's going to send the price of XRP in the future? XRP sees ultra bullish use cases after Colombia's central bank taps Ripple to pilot CBDC. So in a tweet, Ripple partner Pierce stated, the objective, evaluate potential efficiencies of a solution using the Ripple CBDC platform based on the core technology of the XRP ledger to improve use cases on the high-value payment system. You know, anytime you see talk of cross-border payments, business-to-business payments, bank-to-bank payments, you can bet Ripple is tied in there somehow, some way, if not directly through a partner of theirs. A must-watch, former SEC Chairman Jay Clayton describes the new and deeply un-American ethics of the SEC Gov under Gary Gensler. If we're not losing cases, we aren't suing enough businesses. This is a total abuse of power. Now, I want to point something out really quick. A lot of people think Gary Gensler brought this case against Ripple. It wasn't Gary Gensler. It was this guy right here. And take a listen to what he had to say.
Let's take this to a very high level on the regulatory side. What you're hearing from the leaders of the regulatory organizations is if we're not losing cases, if we're not being pushed back on by the courts, we're not doing enough. Think about that for a second. That is a fundamental shift in how we as Americans view the role of the government. I don't want to be in a place where I know the government is going to bring cases they think they're going to lose. Imagine you're the person who is the subject of that case. Now, we're talking about corporations.
Yeah, to see if they can. And if they're not stopped, they're going to, yeah.
Right, but this is an ethos now, which is unless we're losing, we're not bringing enough cases. That may be fine for private litigants against each other and think about it. But when you have the power of the state and you're supposed to only bring cases and only make rules that you think are going to pass judicial muster.
So did Jay Clayton bring the case against Ripple thinking he was already going to lose, or that the SEC would eventually lose against Ripple? That's the big question. And everything that the SEC is doing right now is definitely unethical. Ripple versus SEC case ruling could come out in September, says crypto law founder. So now Johnny Deaton's saying that it could happen on September 6th. I hate to even give a date on this, but this falls in line with the fall timeline. And I think it's going to happen sometime in October, honestly, because every other fact seems to be pointing towards October as well. But we'll have to wait and see. Crypto is the new land of opportunity, according to Jordy Visser. Now, this is crazy because it makes so much sense today. So while the trend might not be as apparent in the Western world, 70% of crypto users are in Asia. He says, I don't think people fully grasp the importance of that. With the highest population of any continent on the planet, many of Asia's inhabitants are realizing that they don't have to move to the United States, go to the best colleges here, get a job. The need to move elsewhere for a better education is diminishing, thanks in large part to the internet, which grants the ability to be educated anywhere in the world, he says. And that's what's great about crypto. You don't have to stay in the US either. You could get rich here and go somewhere else. You could even go somewhere else and then get rich and possibly avoid the capital gains tax. But this is showing you that not only is the innovation around crypto leaving this country, but even the education is leaving this country, because you could learn online at any school around the world. And that's what's great about the internet. And plus, if you have an internet job and you don't like the neighborhood you live in, you could pretty much move out of state. You could move out of the country. Doesn't matter. You could go anywhere and make money today. And that's what's great about the internet and crypto. So then you see this Web 3 versus Web 2 offerings. So you see Web 2 companies, which for payments, it was PayPal, Visa, and Wise. For Web 3 ecosystems, it's going to be Bitcoin, Ripple, and Nexo. But everything is shifting. And it's nice to see this happening at a time like this. This is the next big step for the internet. So we are honored to have Monica Long discuss the journey of Ripple and the Web3 financial industry at Paris Blockchain Week 2023. Now, you got to take a listen to what she says here, because this is absolutely big.
It's really interesting to look backward. We started this journey of working with financial institutions in 2015. We would walk into banks. The original pitch was this idea of you can create an account on a public blockchain called XRP Ledger. It has a built-in decentralized exchange. This would be a very efficient way for you to conduct cross-border payments, provide you a lot more transparency. This was right after Mt. Gox collapse and Silk Road bust. You could guess that the banks generally slammed the doors in our faces. The timing was off. Since then, over the years, crypto as a market expanded a lot. There's been a much warmer embrace across the institutional world. The past couple of years have been a real tipping point for institutional DeFi, where you see even the biggest banks embracing this technology as the future, and they have to adapt or die.
The banks have to adapt or they die. And that's where we are right now. And again, they are going to adapt to RippleNet, and then later they will open their doors to XRP and all that on-demand liquidity. Now, I'm going to share 2 tweets with you that absolutely were some great tweets that I found today. Saying you're going to be wealthy and doing whatever you can to become wealthy are 2 completely different things. By investing in XRP, you played your part. The more complex, yet not so difficult part is retaining the wealth. How will you retain your wealth? That's what you need to think about if you plan on selling your XRP in the future. Nobody ever gives that thought. They always think about the process of getting rich. But you know how fast you could go through that money. It happens all the time. There's people that got rich, left the United States, and ended up stranded in another country, hoping to come back home at some point, because now they're broke and they're in a foreign land. And you know, you need to make sure that once you get rich, you continue to put your money to work for you. Otherwise, you're just going to blow through that money, and all of a sudden you'll be back investing again, waiting for the next big thing. But I think in your lifetime, the only big thing that is going to happen in our lifetime is XRP. We are in the 4th Industrial Revolution. This is it. You either invest now or you end up regretting it for the rest of your life. This is not about price. This is not about charts and bull runs. This is not about supply or market cap. This is about utility. We are at the dawn of a new world. And I've been saying this for a long time now. You know, everybody that ever tells you XRP cannot hit high prices always looks back to previous cycles. Market cap, the supply. And that's what they always try to FUD around you. But you got to remember something. You are invested in utility. And at some point, that utility is going to kick in. And when it does, look out. Every single person that has ever typed out market cap or previous cycle, you will never hear from them again. Because all of a sudden, XRP will be shocking the entire crypto space. People that hated on XRP will be wishing they bought into XRP. People that were sitting on the sidelines, waiting for big announcements, not getting in, are going to regret it as well. They're going to be paying much higher prices to get in. They're going to be chasing the top. There's going to be a lot of FOMO money pouring into XRP once it starts to go. Ripple adds 7 new financial institutions as tech partners. San Francisco-based distributed ledger tech provider Ripple has added 7 partner financial institutions. So announced today, ATB Financial, the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, National Bank of Abu Dhabi, Reason Bank, Santander, Unicredit, and UBS have all revealed that they are using the technology through Ripple, said the specific use cases each partner is pursuing varies. So when you see the banks already onboarding, more and more banks all the time, more and more financial institutions, you know you invested in the right cryptocurrency. All you have to do now is sit back, stay patient, stay positive, and wait to get rich. In fact, you're already rich. You're just waiting for the money to show up. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.